Seen from the Israeli side, it looks like this. The gods of war, with their Merkava tanks, Apache choppers, and field artillery, take on the hostile Islamist regime which refuses to recognize their country's right even to exist. Over in Gaza, it looks like this. Khan Yunis, a Palestinian refugee camp where an F-16s just pulverized a house, wiped out a family. We have no information as to whether any family members were Hamas. 25 people, this relative cries. Do you think we're lying when we say that Israel's ruthless? They didn't even warn us, another relative says. All of them were killed. This terrifying footage shows what it was like in Shajaya yesterday when Gaza City's eastern outskirts came under attack as people fled the night's bombardment. A cameraman and ambulance crew flee for cover, desperately trying to find shelter in nearby buildings. They crouch in the dark, but the bombing is relentless. After the apocalyptic devastation wrought yesterday in Shajaya, the pummeling hasn't stopped. But the whole of Gaza City is a war zone. F-16s, Apaches, drones and gunboats continue to hit targets everywhere, all the time. It's all around us, some distant, some alarmingly close. Now watch out, what you're about to see is distressing. It's filmed by a group of Palestinian rights activists in Shajaya, accompanying municipal workers searching for survivors. A man who's looking for missing family members gets hit by what the group claims is an Israeli sniper's bullet. As he lies there, he takes another direct hit. At this point, we freeze frame. Other rescue workers are unable to even reach him. For safety reasons, our movements have been restricted to Gaza City, but the Israeli bombardment extends from the north through what they call the middle zone, right down to the south. And down there this morning, the Israelis hit another hospital, killing 4 and partially destroying the building. But the Palestinian militants continue to fire their rockets out, and just this morning, 2 were launched from waste ground, not 200 yards from where I'm sitting now. Hamas is hiding behind civilians, exactly as Netanyahu says.
Well, you are here in Gaza, and you can see by yourself, by your cameras, what's going on between the homes, between the houses. If there is any military activities between in the civilian areas, there is nothing. This is just an
there's not. Maybe we don't see it all the time, but what about the tunnels underneath? What about the fact that rockets? I have seen rockets being fired from civilian areas.
Did you see rockets coming out from the houses, from the hospitals, from the schools, from civilian areas? No, never can say that the resistance using the humans as a human shield. That's not correct at all, and we won't let the Israelis make us lose our dignity, even if they kill all of us.
Yesterday we were filming in Gaza's Shifa hospital when 5 little girls were carried in. They were in deep shock. They'd fled Shajaya with their father, whose wife, Isra, had just died in his arms. The family had been caught in an F-16 strike as they ran. The youngest, a toddler, was hit by shrapnel but survived. This afternoon we tracked down the motherless children to a refugee camp in the city, sitting quietly with their bereaved father. They're camping at their aunt's place. Their names, Umayma, Inas, Hidayah and Dana, aged 9, 8, 6 and 4.
There were no Hamas or Islamic Jihad there. My child is 2.5. Is she a fighter? We are civilians. These children saw their mother while she lay there bleeding. There was no one there to help. I tried to help her. Her blood was all over me. All of my children saw this happening.
Can you tell me your memories of what happened yesterday, Umayma? 2 rockets from a drone and then a big explosion, she said. My mum was wounded and was bleeding. Then she died. Nihad, their father, said he could never forgive. His children, he said, would never forget. Mansoura, their aunt, appealed to God to stop the killing because she lamented no one else can.